Welcome to the Affinity Sports How to Communicate, Run Reports, Print ID Cards, and Print Official Rosters. When you log in as a league or club administrator, you're first going to click on Team from the left-hand navigation. You will search for the proper team. You can click on the team name or the team identification number. You will click on the Team Roster tab. Teams must be activated, and in order to pass all activation rules, you have to have your coaches in, your assistant coaches, team managers. They'll have to have their background checks approved, license credentials, and all of your photos should be uploaded for your players and or birth certificates if that's a requirement from your state association. You will click off this checkbox to the left-hand side of the coaches as well as the players, and you will scroll down and click the button Print ID Card, PDF. Once you select that, a pop-up will occur, and these are your player photo cards. Based on your state association's card template, you will simply load your cardstock in your printer and print from this PDF. This is compatible with all browsers and operating systems. This will also pull dynamically into the digital player cards if you are opted to use that in your state association. You can either print ID cards from the team roster or from ID cards on the left-hand side. Printing official rosters. You will have a button here that says Print Team Roster or Print Team Official Roster. This could either be linked to a photo roster, which has all the players' photos along with their name underneath the photos, or it could be a different roster with your state logo, anything that's been approved by your association. Okay, I will click on ID cards on the left-hand side. Here you could say, show me everybody that I haven't printed, all my players, and hit search, or all my coaches, my administrators, team officials that I need to print for. This is our batch area print. It will print it by team. So if you prefer to print 500 cards at a time, you can, or you can do it one by one through that team roster tab in Team Lookup. Next, we'll click on Players Administrators, Player Lookup, and talk about communication tools. You'll see this little envelope on every lookup page. So you can do it in Team Lookup. Directors of coaching, presidents, league or club board members like to usually email by team. You could do it by player lookup and just change your sort parameters. Maybe you want to base it on the play type or the gender or age group and hit search. You come down, you hit email selected players, and this will pull up an email template. So you always want to make sure you're entering a valid from name and email address. You're allowed to CC anybody you'd like, change the subject, and then you can upload an attachment. So if you have a nice marketing flyer, a communication piece that you want to send out to your membership, I recommend uploading an attachment such as a PDF doc, Word doc, and send off that communication piece. You can also use macros to personalize the body of the email. So dear first last name, we are promoting a summer camp, and you can also pull in their child's first name. And then you would scroll down and hit send. Next, we will talk about reports. So a very used, heavily utilized report is this player detail with all fields report. So it's in player lookup. You search for your data first on the screen, and then you can select player detail with all fields or pay type player detail, and this just includes the financial part. So you would select it from the drop down and click on the printer icon, and that'll open up the report. So we have the season, the club information, team codes, preferences, first last name of the player, the parent. This report is very lengthy, so we do recommend that you export it into Excel or CSV, whatever you feel most comfortable with. So you select it from the drop down and click the export function. Then you will go ahead and open up the file, and then you can manipulate the columns. So you can remove any columns that you do not need. Okay. Next, we will go into the Reports section located on the left-hand navigation under here, Reports. We have league reports, team reports, financial, player count reports, player and administrator reports, events, financials. I will go ahead and click on league report. You can enter a date range if you want to see if you potentially have any duplicate players in your club. You can run a team report. This is where you can pull team rosters if you want to batch print team rosters. Maybe you have a uniform coordinator that wants to run a uniform report to send off to the coordinator. Team details, team assignment codes, release and transfer information. Financial reports. If you happen to be using Affinity Sports as your online registration provider, you will receive a weekly remittance report, and you might want to come in and run the same report for reconciliation. I recommend the registration payment detail by product by player. You would enter the date range and generate the report. And hit generate report. I thank you for your time.